Hi everyone, this is Jordan JKarg Music here with another video, and today is a very sad video. Uh, I've just found out within the last 15 to 20 minutes that legendary guitarist Eddie Van Halen has passed away at the age of 65. It is a very, very sad day for all musicians and all guitarists and anybody who is a fan of rock music. Um, Eddie Van Halen was a pioneer, the first of his kind, and somebody that broke down a lot of barriers for a lot of different guitarists. Anytime you heard Eddie's guitar playing, you knew it was him. You've heard on a million tracks. You've heard all the Van Halen songs. It's just all very sad. Eddie had throat cancer for the last probably 10 years now, and I've read a lot of articles and I've heard a lot of stories that within the last couple months, Eddie has not been doing well. And it was really heartbreaking, and I didn't think he was this close to death's door, unfortunately. But it's just very sad. Eddie Van Halen, as we all know, had an up and down life, if you will. He basically was in the height of his career in the 70s and 80s, and I guess in part some of the 90s. And then, as we all know, towards the late 90s, early 2000s, he really went downhill with drug use and alcoholism and all of that. And he really cleaned up his act towards the middle to end of the 2000s. And for the last 10, 15 years, he's been on a good roll and, has released a whole bunch of different, guitars, replicas, and amps of his own. And he's just, a huge influence on all guitarists, and myself included. I have been a huge Eddie Van Halen fan since I was 6 years old. I remember my very first thought of Van Halen was my dad playing Van Halen Greatest Hits, I think Volume 2. It's the one with the black cover on it. I remember him playing Eruption over and over again as a kid, and I remember thinking to myself, what the hell is that noise? That sounds so awesome. And then I found out it was a guitar, and even as a 6, 7-year-old, I thought it was a keyboard, and actually it was a guitar. And then from there, I was just inspired to pick up a guitar and learn how to play it. As we all know, I have a lot of guitar heroes, but Eddie Van Halen was probably my number one guitar hero of all time. I listened to all the Van Halen records, all the live records. I remember the live album they came out in 1992. My dad had it on CD, and I played that thing back and forth for years. I probably broke that CD. I listened to it so many times, and I listened to the live versions of Eruption over and over again. And then same thing. They had a Live Without a Net DVD that came out in the 80s, and I listened to that over and over again as well. I was just so awe-inspired by him. Luckily, in 2007, they had their reunion tour with David Lee Roth and Alex Van Halen, and then it was in replacement of Michael Anthony. It was Eddie's son, Wolfgang Van Halen, and I saw their reunion concert in Cleveland, October 10th, 2007. That day will live forever with me, as long as I live. And it was my very first rock concert, and it was my very first concert with my dad, and I was so happy to be there, and I was just on cloud nine that day. I was 13 years old, and I saw Eruption live, and I saw Eddie Van Halen play live, and it was everything I expected and 100 times more. I never thought, I would get to see them. Even as like an 11, 12-year-old, I was like, I want to go see Van Halen. I want to go see Eddie Van Halen live. And thankfully, I had a reunion tour, and thankfully, I have the best parents ever, and they got me tickets to go see Van Halen reunion tour live. And I saw them in the reunion tour 2007, and looking back on it as a 26-year-old man, the year 2020, I'm so glad I saw it when I did. Because I don't think Van Halen has toured in the last couple of years, and I know they've been through, I guess some areas of Pittsburgh and Cleveland probably a few times since 2007, but, I never got around to it. I never could do it for whatever reasons, but I'm glad I went to the reunion show in 2007, and, man, I'm just bummed. I am so bummed. I'm so heartbroken. Oh, man, I don't even know what to say. I'm just, so heartbroken. I'm so bummed. But as I say with all musician deaths, all these musicians that have passed away, anytime, your favorite artist passes away or somebody that you really enjoyed passes away, the best thing you can do to honor them in death is play their music. Play it and enjoy it. Play as loud as you can. Sing as loud as you want. Play as loud as you want. Just play their music and show the world what they meant to you. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing it for the next few hours, and I'm pretty sure during that I'll be drinking probably a bottle. Eddie, thank you so much for introducing me to the guitar. Eruption was actually one of the first songs I tried learning. I failed, but it took a couple years to get it, and I learned it, as well as a lot of other different guitar players, I'm sure. You are one of a kind. You serve such a huge point in my life and such a huge stage in my life in my early years of learning guitar and learning how to play music. If it wasn't for Eddie Van Halen or the Van Halen music, I may not be a musician today. I may not be playing guitar. Damn, I'm just so upset. I'm so sad right now. I guess there's really nothing much left to say because I'm going to start getting emotional if I keep going. I'm just really upset. I'm really sad. But I'm very grateful and thankful. I saw Van Halen live and I saw Eddie Van Halen play live. And I'm very grateful that I had Eddie Van Halen's music growing up. Whether it was a Van Halen song or it was the theme to Twister, I played that a million times as well. Or it was on Michael Jackson's Beat It. Whatever it was, I played it to death. And, it's just a shame that Eddie's gone. But I'm so glad he made an impact on the rock world and the music world, and I'm so glad he impacted my life. Eddie, man, thank you so much for everything you did for me in my life. Thank you for influencing me and millions around the world. You are truly the effing man, truly a rock legend, and you truly will be missed. I love you, man. Thank you for everything you did for this music industry. Your music will live forever.